LPL2020. Win together.
Okay, here we go. It is the Kandy Tuskers versus the Colombo Kings. It is a big game. The Tuskers, of course, need to get off the near bottom of the table. And the Colombo Kings, well, they are fresh from that really good performance last time around against the Jaffna Stallions. Now, the Tuskers won the toss and they elected to bat first, which was perhaps just a little bit surprised because there is going to be a little bit of dew out there a little bit later. We had a look at the Tuskers side, and there are 3 changes for the Tuskers side. The big news, of course, is that there is a Farm Patan back in the lineup, which is good to see. And Mbudini is in the line also, and Vishwa Fernando is in. Prasanna is gone. Naveen Ul Haq has also been left out, and also Kamindu Mendes. So they're the 3 changes. Gabaz and Pereira at the start are always going to be interesting. And for the Colombo Kings, they are unchanged. Chandamal played so well in the last game. Evans has been providing some very good support as well. Of course, Andre Russell has been absolutely dominant with the bat. And the likes of Chimera and also Case Ahmed, very handy with the ball, and Udana. So it's a strong lineup, the Colombo Kings. And this will be an interesting game, that's for sure. Mickey Arthur and Rashawn Abasingh alongside me. Hello, gentlemen.
Good evening, Hazy. Good evening, Mickey, and good evening, everybody tuning in to us, whatever time zone you may be. We got the umpires coming out. They go through this just formalities of making sure that they're well sanitized. And some big guns. Dre Russell and Andre Russell, as they call it.
He looks tense, doesn't he?
He looks very tensed. He looks cool. Just so cool.
Let's not forget that the previous match was the very first one that was played in the Lankapremierleague. And that was the tied game, went to the super over. And of course it was a game that the Tuskers got on the wrong side of. So the Colombo Kings got up and won that in the super over. But 219, played 219, Mickey, that was full of action.
That was full of action, the game that kick-started the tournament for us. I'm really looking forward to this game tonight. No Dale Steyn yet for the Kandy Tuskers. He must be very close to coming out of quarantine. I just heard Dale Steyn will be in next game. I just heard Dale Steyn in for the next game. Colombo Kings unchanged. They found their mojo. Kandy Tuskers, I'm really happy with the changes there. I'm really looking forward to seeing Vishy Fernando tonight. I'm sure he'll get the ball to swing. And I'm also really looking forward to watching Lasli Mbudini bowl.
The Tuskers will breathe, or the Kandy Tuskers will breathe a little bit easy because Gall Gladiators are still without a win. Don't forget, it's the first 4 teams, or the 1, 2, 3, 4 going to the semi-finals. The last team gets left out. So Gall Gladiators, as long as the Gall Gladiators don't win, the Tuskers are fine because they got to win.
They played in the last game. Did you think they were going to win though, Rashawn? The Gall Gladiators, did you think they were going to get up?
Well, I always thought so, but there were some areas that baffled me. One thing was the fielding and the bowling, and what I really couldn't come to grips with was the last 5 overs in the Gall Gladiators innings. They were so well placed, and then how did they throw it away, or how did they lose it?
Righto, here we go, the Tuskers. So both the captains were happy at the toss. Gabaz, who started the tournament really nicely with a quick-fire 53 as a youngster. But I think we've all been talking about the fact he just needs to be a little bit more selective, maybe. That's something that will just help his cricket, and he'll learn from that. Of course, with Pereira, we haven't seen the best of yet. He's played some handy knocks, but he's one of those guys that can really dominate out in the middle. And he did say at the toss that he wants to see his team's catching improve, and that was certainly something that let them down in the first encounter against the Colombo Kings. Angelo Matthews, season campaigner, very keen. He was out there nice and early today. He was getting ready and having a lot of chats to some of his teammates, and he was doing lots of that, smiling and nice and relaxed.
He is nice and relaxed. I think he found some rhythm with his batting in the previous game, and he bowled very, very well.
That's an all-rounder when you got both your games going well. Now Matthews started to bowl, so that confidence also will start rubbing off on his batting. There was a time that he just played as a batsman. I do remember during his start how well he bowled. He had a 6-wicket haul, if I'm not mistaken, in a World T20 game. He opened the bowling, and he's been a very handy cricketer. And an area that the Sri Lankans have missed a lot is the fact that Angelo Matthews stopped bowling. I mean, he could have given so much of balance. Right, so that's the countdown. We're ready to start. And just to continue on, Matthews, if he had bowled Mickey, there would have been so much of balance, and the combination would have been that much easier.
Here we go. First ball of the second game today. Oh, there's some lovely movement from the skipper.
He may be gentle in pace, but he can certainly do a thing or two with that ball.
Yeah, he bowls a heavy ball, and when I mean for the people listening out there, a heavy ball, he's got the knack of hitting the bat right at the top. He splices a lot of the batsmen because of his wrist.
He also finds the seam regularly. He hits the seam regularly, which is good. That's the experience he carries.
Oh, that's been picked up, and that's not a bad way to kick off your account. 6 runs to start in emphatic style.
Good pass. That's what he could do. Such an exciting prospect. 6 number 172 on the pads. In fact, it was more straight on the off stump. And whipped it over mid-wicket.
Yeah, he just picked it up on length. Good to see the reaction here from Angelo.
The track is a good one, we know that. It's going to come on nicely. There's a sweeper out there, so it should... Oh, my goodness. That's an unforced error. That's not going to bring a smile to the captain.
Well, it won't bring a smile on anyone's face. It's terrible. The fielding, the ground fielding has been just poor. That's been consistently maintained by almost every team. It's just been awful.
So 10 runs off the first 3 balls of the game. There's a slip in position. Big single, shot the stumps. Desperate dive in. That would have been tight, direct hit, but it wasn't.
I think he would have been out if it was a direct hit.
Yeah, I think he would have been out there. That would have been disaster for Kusal. Let's have a look. Out. If that ball's hit the stumps, out. I think it was Daniel Bell Drummond with the throw.
Yeah, what does that look like? Thanks, partner.
Had his heart in his mouth, I'm sure. He did breathe a sigh of relief, that look on his face as he just stood up after that dive. But a good start for the Kandy Tuskers, 11 of 4. He's moving it both ways. Got the outswinger going to the right-hander. Now he's getting it the outswinger going to the left-hand as well.
Yeah, went across on the angle. Very well bowled, Angelo. Come on, close your over out now, the coach will be saying in the dressing room.
So it's a pretty tidy comeback after the first 3 balls. Got pasted a bit. 11 for no loss.
That's the center wicket.
Kandy Tuskers won the toss and elected to bat first. There's a look at the sides that have been selected. 3 changes for the Kandy Tuskers. Colombo Kings unchanged. It says something about a side when they're unchanged. So they're all fit and feeling good after their last victory against the Stallions. It's going to be a wide. O'Donnell.
Interesting inclusion, Lassie Tambudin. He had just one left-hander, I think, in the Colombo side, Colombo Kings side. That's Thickshila De Silva. So he'll enjoy bowling to the right-handers. But we've spoken a lot about the dew. See, that's going to be the challenge, because spinners would naturally struggle. They'll struggle to spin the ball. They won't get anything out of it.
Now there's some movement. Back in towards the right-hander Gurbaz.
We do know that Isuru Udana's got all the tricks, but he also can bowl a quick delivery when he wants to. His effort ball is up in the mid-130s, which is enough to challenge the batsman with his pace as well. He bowls a good bouncer. That one just coming back, slicing Gurbaz in two.
Down the track, forcing over the top. One bounce and he's got 4 runs. He's on a charge today.
He looked very impressive throughout the tournament, Gurbaz. That was definitely a mile 11 circle champion shot. Look how far down he goes and hits it through the line over mid-on circle. He's been impressive. He's been very aggressive at the top. He's not been afraid to take on the bowlers, and he's come off.
Yeah, scores a 53 top and also 30 in the second game. Then it fell away a little bit. Oh, sends his captain back. Now, had that lit up the stumps, that would have been out as well. There's issues here.
Yeah, one's calling in Sinhalese and one's calling in Pushtu, I think.
Kusal running for his life. He was gone. He was gone. He was almost not in the frame. It's his day. He survived twice. He needs to make full use of it. Grab it with both hands now.
Oh my goodness gracious me. They are flashing with the bats behind the crease. There's some scrambling going on, that's for sure.
What are they up to? As you say, I think the communication. Pashtun and Sinhalese.
That's exactly what it is. I'll tell you one thing though, that this is an exciting opening batting combination, not least for their running between wickets. But Gurbaz gives it a whack, doesn't he? Anything that comes into his area, he whacks it, and Kusal Janat, he doesn't hold back either.
I wonder if O'Donnell hadn't fumbled that. If he hadn't fumbled that the first time, yeah, that might be what he's saying there. If he hadn't fumbled it and it was a clean pick up and throw, he might have been half a chance. Takes off that one. Now they almost collided this time.
Did you say exciting, Mickey?
Keystone Cops.
Exciting for many reasons, not just the batting.
Isuru Udana changing his pace up there. Such an experienced bowler. He knows when to use his variation and when not to.
He's now really turning out to be an absolute T20 specialist. He's been sought by many leagues around the world. He's also forming a very important part in the Sri Lankan lineup.
Hard down the ground. Now that's the extra ball he had to bowl because of the wide first up. So he got punished with the extra delivery. 10 from it, 21 for no loss. There's a nice look about the next two, Chris Mendes and also Brendan Taylor. Two solid, dependable batsmen. A couple of guys who can win matches in their own rights.
On the subject of Kusal Mendes, as Mickey is with us, Kusal has opened the batting. And he's been quite reasonable as an opener. Has it ever occurred to you to look at Kusal as an opener in the T20 format? I mean Kusal Mendes.
Yeah, no, not at the moment. His role for us is in the middle. You want your batsmen that can hit gaps, that can run hard, hit the boundary when needed. You want them batting in the middle for you. That's his role for us at the moment.
Chamira now. It's rushed onto him. Good line first up. Couldn't do too much with that. And Aggressive's batsman is tucked up, and that'll get him thinking.
This is the last ball. Kusal Pereira punched down the ground. Perfect. Just hitting through the line and through mid-on. Timing perfect.
You talk matchups. This is a perfect matchup. The extra pace of Chamira to Gurbaz.
Noticeable that mid-off and mid-on are also on the edge of the circle in case he does look to advance. Leg bite.
One thing is about this player's performance, particularly the likes of Chamira, who's done very well, it appears to be rubbing off on them. You talk to them, just discuss how much they're enjoying themselves, and you could see the body language, the way they express themselves. They sound confident, they sound very happy, they're willing to go out and do what is expected of them. And that, I believe, is because of what they have achieved in the middle. It's all to do with their confidence level. And that looks very high as far as some of these youngsters are concerned. I saw that in Dushmantha Chamira today, talking to him. Because generally, he's a quiet guy. He wouldn't express himself too much. And he made it a point about the way he bowled in the last game. And the plans he spoke of. That's brilliant for someone like him.
Yeah, I thought he was very impressive. His lengths, I thought, were very good, and he bowled with some pace as well.
Now that's high. Is it going to go to the gloves? Oh, it is going to go to the gloves. That is a sensational catch. That is one of the hardest catches to take. Even though he's got the big gloves on, Tanamal's done an outstanding job.
Mark it down as one of the best catchers in the My 11 Circle LPL. Never an easy catch going away from you. And Dinesh Chandimal had to run a long way back. As Hazy said, never easy with the ball falling over your shoulder. Having to keep an eye on the ball. Excellent catch. Very well done, Dinesh Chandimal.
He's a big player, of course, Pereira, but not tonight. He goes for 4, 22 for 1.
Batsman in German.
Mendes now. He's got a job to do. He's there nice and early. He's going to have plenty of time. He's got a bit of time to get used to the conditions. The track is good. It won't take him long to realise that. He's got to increase that average. We don't normally talk about averages with that much when you talk about T20 cricket, but I think with someone like him, you can actually talk about average. It's a wrap on the gloves to Gabaz.
Worth taking another look at that catch. It's catches like this that lifts teams. And this is exactly what Chandimal's done, being a senior pro. Not the captain, but he's really setting a fantastic example on the field. In a tournament where we've seen some rather ordinary and average fielding efforts, this is brilliant.
Yeah, that was a really good catch. With Kusal Janath, one of the key players. That's why we spoke about the matchup. Chamira to these two was a very good matchup, and it paid dividends.
Now there's cries of catch it here again. Is this going to be taken also? This will be another blinder if it is. No, that was really difficult. That was in the air for a long time and he couldn't settle. When you're running after that and the ball's coming over your shoulder, you cannot settle and you can't keep your head still.
That's an indication as to why such catches are so tough. If it's going away from him.
Yeah, Asan Priyanjan called, he wanted it, but for my money, that was Andre Russell's catch running in. He would have had a far better chance catching that, in my opinion.
That's clever. Worked down to the man at third man. He's picked up a boundary last ball. Good over in the end, goes for 7, 28 for 1. Key players on show tonight. Don't forget to download the app from My11Circle. Correction, my11circle.com. Select your team, get the maximum points, and have fun with the champions. So Kushal Mendes is one of those guys that you would probably want as a player through the app. My11Circle app. Runs in the last game.
Yeah, he is. He'll be looking to get Gurbaz on strike, so Gurbaz can take the power play on, which he does very, very well. Last ball of the over, he just uses Chamira's pace, just a little bit too much width to get it down for 4. It was a really good over from Dushmanta Chamira. Only went for 6, but he would have just wanted him. And I'm a coach who we're always striving for excellence. You just would have wanted him to close that out better.
Swing at that. A little bit of exercise for the umpire.
Ruchira Palya Guruge. Well, that's a top umpire from Sri Lanka. He's now, I believe, in the ICC panel and doing very well for himself.
.55 runs off 45 balls the last game for Mendes. Swept that away nicely. Gee, that's a class. That is a class shot.
Kusal Mendes just feeds on the length. The Suradana just gained marginally, fractionally short. He was quick to put that away through the leg side. Beautiful pick of length early, gets himself into a good position and hammers it through the leg side for 4.
Surely a My11Circle champion shot.
It's a great channel. It's exactly where you want to bowl as a left armour across a right-hander batsman when he first arrives.
Got a slip in. Suradana. Spoke about the channel and going across the right-hander. Third man and square leg are the two men out. Everyone else in the circle. Zrudana just looking to bowl just back of a length.
I know we talked about this a little bit earlier when you win the toss and you elect to bat in these sort of conditions, and you're going to be bowling with a delivery that's going to be a ball rather that's going to maybe be affected by the dew a little bit later. Therefore, these spinners, the Gunaratnas, Patan's not going to be able to swing it when it gets a little bit damp. Gunaratna won't be able to grip it as well as he would like, and Budinia also. What it also does when it's a little bit damp is it doesn't grip on the pitch. That's the other negative thing for the spinner. It just tends to slide on rather than grip on the pitch. So it really is a disadvantage, I think, to bowl second in these sort of conditions. Oh, trouble, trouble, trouble. Oh, that's a wonderful pickup. That is an outstanding pickup by Udana. Magnificent stuff at the bowler's end.
Colombo Kings. Well, they've got the second man out. They've got the second Kusal out. Kusal Pereira, courtesy an outstanding catch. And this one, a terrible mix-up. The point was, Kusal Mendis was looking for a run when Gurbaz was not even looking at him. He was just disappointed with the shot that he missed out. Utter confusion, no communication at all. Understand the disappointment of Kusal Mendis. Out for 5, 34 for 2.
He didn't play in the first game for the Kandy Tuskers. He was drafted in for the second. Picked up the Man of the Match award. It's down the ground. And that's gone for 4 runs. That's a nice stride from Gurbaz this time, all along the carpets. 10 from the over, 38 for 2 now. This is not the start they wanted. Gurbaz is still there, 26 not out. Mendes is the last to go. Taylor's just arrived and about to face his first delivery. Chamira again. I think there's a couple of things to highlight from that run out. One was the frustration from Gurbaz. I can only think that he thought there was a scream for a run, but this pickup from Udana was just outstanding. And that's really good hands to be able to do that. To pick up the ball from that sort of throw next to the base of the stumps is brilliant.
Kusal Mendis is obviously disappointed. I think I heard him say it was my call. It was behind the wickets. And you would expect the non-striker to call when the ball goes behind the wickets. As Hazy said, Gurbaz's problem was he was frustrated that he missed out.
Really good couple of balls again here by Dushmanto Chamira. He's hitting it hard length and he's bowling with some good pace. All the run-out chances tonight, there's been a hell of a lot of them. Kusal Janeth was nearly run out twice before he got off the mark. And then eventually, bang, Kusal Mendes out, run out. Great pick-up by Suradana. Gurbaz, he's going to have to get a lot of runs on tonight.
I just can't understand what Mendes was thinking. He was straddling the crease, Gurbaz. He wasn't even thinking about moving. There was a yelp of frustration, and surely Mendes didn't think that was a call or something.
Kusal Mendes obviously thought it was his call. Technically, it's behind the wicket. But Gurbaz paid little attention to what Kusal was trying to do.
Yeah, two things there for me. First of all, I'm not sure there was a run. I liked Kusal Mendes was obviously he was obviously up for it. He's looking to rotate strike. Gurbaz was worried about his shot. He didn't even move. There we go, the Red Bull. Somebody's going to need wings for this Kandy Tuskers tonight in order to get them to a score that is going to be defendable against a very strong Colombo Kings.
There's a great deal of responsibility now on Gurbaz. He cannot play a rash shot and throw this away. He's a natural aggressor. Oh, there's a neck, and I think that's another wicket. Yeah. The finger has gone up, but it has been reviewed. He's saying off the helmet.
Well bowled, heavy ball. He's gone short. That's off the helmet. It looks like it was off the helmet. He's bowled a heavy ball there, Dushmanto Chimera. Love that attitude. There's the alter edge. There's no heartbeat. No heartbeat. It's off the helmet. Take it further. No, off the helmet. Don't see the physio, don't see the doctor. Might get a concussion sub later.
But very eventful, isn't it? Run-outs, hit on the helmet. Yeah, he's got to reverse his decision. Not out is the call.
So this is a really tight over. 3 runs from it. Just checking how many balls left, I think. 1 ball remaining. He's down to 3rd man. That's a very good over from Chimera. So 4 off the over. Not many runs at the moment. 42 for 2.
Unchanged team today for Colombo Kings. Nice strike, sounded good. Will it go all the way? Yes. 6 in his aggressive style.
Awesome. That's not the way to treat Andre Russell. But on the other hand, what does it matter? That's what he does to other batsmen when he's batting. Take that. Let's see how it feels. But Gurbaz, he's got a lot of work to do because the Kandy Tuskers have lost 2. And he's got to make up for it.
And again, off the middle, but it doesn't go all the way. Another wicket, important one. They're crumbling now. Russell strikes.
Can you keep him out of the game? Andre Russell. He's a terror to the bowlers when he comes out to bat. And now he's started to bowl as well. And he's amongst wickets. He removed the danger man. Nicely held catch. It's a big wicket. He was looking dangerous. Gurbaz is walking back after scoring 34 from 21. It's 48 for 3.
Center. Go left.
Already 3 wickets falling within the power play. There's an interesting stat in T20 cricket. You lost 3 within the power play overs. There's a 20% chance of winning the game only.
Short ball put into the stands. And the next delivery is pitched up, but it's a slow ball. He runs those fingers over, and that's what brings about the miss hit. You'd think it's poor from Gurbaz, but he was done by this man. Clever cricket. Poor because he's trying to take the fielder on. 2 fielders in the deep. Tries to take Usrudana on.
We're short again, Russell with his change in pace. My comment about Gurbaz is he's such a talented player. You look at him, he's got all the strokes. As a batsman, he's got the aggression as well. But what you don't see is control, which is so crucial to play that big innings, and that is what he's not delivered for this Kandy Tuskers team.
This is not all about hitting sixes. As a batsman, you should have the ability to rotate the strike as well. I'm with you. He was able to hit a 6. And he got greedy. Asila Gunaratne is a handy cricketer to have in your lineup. Can bowl and also gather some important runs for his side.
50 on the board. Awesome, awesome. Handy cricketer, you said. That's why. My 11 circle. Champion shot, 54 for 3.
That's illegal, no?
End of the power play, 54 for 3. Runs coming in good pace. Will be disappointed with the number of wickets they've lost.
Matthews back into the attack. Wow. Deft touch, clever fielder in the circle, and he takes him on. Andre Russell just can't believe it, but what can he complain about? He's saying it should be illegal, but then what about what he does to bowlers? That's legal? Come on.
I reckon he's a little bit embarrassed because he fancies himself as a fast bowler, Andre Russell, and to have a batsman just take the mickey out of you and just manipulate the ball to the leg side after you've gone short. That could hurt your ego.
But you have to appreciate the ability of the batsman to be able to produce that stroke. He made sure that he hit the ball into the gap, away from the fieldsman. Huge shot, huge shot.
It looked leg side-ish. It did. That's what Chandimal says. No, he wants it. He's asked for it because he knows it's a big wicket. Brendan Taylor at this stage will be massive. He's the only man who can change this innings around for the Kandy Tuskers. Lyndon Hannibal is the umpire who will have to make the decision. Bit of nibble. It's angled in. He's a long way across, isn't he, Brendan Taylor?
How often have we seen captains go to their wicketkeeper to get advice? Exactly what Angelo Matthews did on this occasion. Dinesh Chandimal was confident that the review should be taken, and they did take it.
Well, Angelo was quite certain. He was reaffirming with the wicketkeeper Chandimal that batsman moved across and the impact was within the stumps. Was there an inside edge? Nope.
Well, I was under the impression that Chandimal was agreeing with Angelo Matthews.
I also thought that he didn't get the support that he was looking for from behind the stumps. No bat. It's angled in, but it's crashing. Matthews making some very good decisions of late. And this is another. He went up totally on his own. He didn't get the support from the wicket-keeper, but he gets the decision. That's a massive blow. Brendan Taylor caught on the crease. Brendan Taylor gone for 3. The Kandy Tuskers, they're sliding down the hill. 55 for 4.
Irfan Pathan, who was injured in that first game with a hamstring injury, now back into the side, has an opportunity with the bat. Not quite sure we'll see him with the ball.
He's got a job to do. The situation is not quite right for his side. Losing 4 wickets, getting 7 overs. Never easy.
Pulled away. Positive start. Now, I'm surprised that Dinesh Chandimal didn't support Angelo Matthews with that review call. Just look to the background of the screen. He doesn't move down the leg side, and usually that's an indication as if the ball is going down the leg side. That's why I think Angelo Matthews was quite convinced that he should go for the review.
See, Brandon Taylor moved towards the off stump. The wicketkeeper was blinded, so he wasn't sure. The captain was.
All is well that ends well for Colombo Kings. 4 wickets. Again, looking a dominant force as they did when they played yesterday against the Jaffna Stallions. I interviewed Angelo Matthews and he spoke about the plans they had when they bowled. Similar effort we're seeing here. Control, discipline.
There are different plans for different bowlers. There's options. Amir with his pace. The moment you can get it above 140, you're getting a lot out of this pitch. You've got the fluff of Andre Russell, as you would say in your part of the world, Darren, where he just ambles in. And then with those strong shoulders, surprises the batsman with the pace that he can generate. That's hard to pick up.
Russell gives Angelo Matthews a brilliant option with the ball. Excellent over from the captain. Just 3 runs from it, and he's picked up a wicket. 57 for 4. Both teams will surely get some points. The Cycling Sense Fair Play Award for the spirit in which matches are played. This game clearly being played in the right spirit. Andre Russell saying that's illegal.
Rich coming from Henry.
That's illegal, man.
He's doing a good job with the ball. It's amongst wickets. Into his second over. Getting the ball to react off the surface.
What's the plan here, fellas? From a batting point of view, what should be the focus?
Hit him like that, just smack him. Just go boundaries. Irfan Pathan back in the team. He's giving them an extra option. Gets it in front of square for a mile 11 circle champion shot. Short hand jab once again. Not enough timing in it, and value for shots in this Hambantota outfield. Still having a slip in, so Angelo Matthews is believing in wickets. And he's got the attack to search for wickets.
Another wicket-taking option. Faiz Ahmed, the leg spinner. Again a short ball, but this time around straight to the fielder. It's been quite impressive, Faiz Ahmed. My 11th circle, Lanka Premier League.
Bowling options are plenty. Haven't seen K. Ahmed. Picked up 3 wickets in the last game with his spin. Goes short with pace. Good change-ups, good variations from Andre Russell. 63 for 4. And teams more so. Kandy Tuskers will want to regroup as we go to a strategic timeout. They need a partnership desperately. Kandy Tuskers, so far 8 runs from 10. Irfan Pathan, Gunaratna. They've come together, and Kusal Pereira will want them to bat as many overs as possible. Maybe with wickets in hand, they could have a go in the last 5. Currently, their rate will get them to 158.
Angelo Matthews going for the kill. Bringing back this premier bowler. And Chamira has been very impressive. With that pace, he showed a lot of control on the ball as well. He lands the ball in the right areas consistently, and whenever he decides to bowl that heavy ball, it's well directed. His make impression in this Lankapremierleague.
Nicely stroked through the offside. The last time Pathan played competitive cricket for India would have been in 2012, so hasn't been playing a lot, so mightn't be at his best. In his prime, he is a wonderful performer of India.
Dilruwan Pereira will be in next. Few new bowlers. Lasith Tambul-Denia, Vishwa Fernando, Munaf Patel and Nuwan Pradeep are the others. So there's not a lot of batting to come for the Kandy Tuskers. Oh, that's cut him in half. He's been a treat to watch, Dushmantha Chameera. He's getting it through. He's bowling with a lot of control, not afraid to use that short delivery. If he can just stay fit. That's always been the problem with Dushmantha Chameera. How good would he be for Sri Lanka?
Pace at any stage of your career as a batsman will keep you busy. We've seen that from Chameera in his spells. Always hustling batsmen, just distorting their minds a bit, and that is what he does with his aggression. Komi Munchie, the #1 biscuit brand in Sri Lanka, sponsor of the My 11 Circle Lankapremierleague. Some of the players enjoying it. Russell?
There's nothing left in the combox. Mickey Arthur and Roshan Abe Singh were spotted picking up a few packets earlier on. Must have a look in Roshan's bag.
Short again. Hurried Pathan. Was well directed.
Yeah, zip through. My 11 Circle. Download the app. Just be involved with Lanka Premier League. Select the top performer which you think are going to perform consistently in this Lanka Premier League. A great medium to stay involved with the game a bit more.
Great way to follow the league and the players, the ones who are performing.
Into his third over, 12 runs only conceded. This one, 2 runs from Chameera. And it stays that way. Very, very good. 65 for 4.
Pathan having a word with the umpire. Not happy with the short deliveries.
A word, many words, Darren. 2 well-directed short balls. Wanted to make sure that it was called one above the shoulder. Case Ahmed, another attacking option. It was brilliant to watch yesterday, picking up Shoaib Malik with a peach.
Okay.
Loud appeal, loud appeal. That was adjacent. First delivery, strikes again.
Making an impression straight away, Kaizama. Premeditated, but almost shocked himself, the batsman, and an easy decision for the umpire to make.
Certainly was. Half the team in the dressing room with not a lot of batting to come. The Kandy Tuskers, they've started rolling. They're now rolling down the Hunnasgiriya with Asela Gunratna going back for 8. It's 65 for 5.
No, keep that one back. Rush. Lanka. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Hey.
Dilruwan Pereira, the new batsman. Now I ask you, gentlemen, what should be the approach with the bat? This is not the approach that you want to adopt. The first delivery from Qais Ahmed, using the reverse sweep, losing his wicket. Gunaratne, he will be quite disappointed with that. A lot of premeditation in that shot.
It's all about game awareness, isn't it? If you lose 4 wickets, all you have to do as a batsman is try and play the full court of overs. And if you were thinking at the start of the innings 180 runs, start thinking about 140. If you get closer, 10 more runs. A bit of respectability in the total. Easy runs. Kandy Tuskers take it.
The last over, Pathan got a short one. The first one was not called above the shoulder level and Richirapalli Guruge at square leg. I think he was right because Pathan was not standing upright. And that would allow Chamira to bowl another. So that was what this conversation was about. Pathan thought it should have been called.
Nice.
The score, it's a messy position actually for the Kandy Tuskers, 69 for 5. Oh dear. Did he signal no ball? Certainly not. He's not happy with something, Richirapalli Guruge.
The bowler thought he has bowled 6 deliveries in this over. That was a good delivery to end the over. It was a slider. Successful over from Qais Ahmed. After 10, it's 70 for 5.
Halfway mark, 70 for 5. Problems with the top 5 gone. Chamira.
And not a lot to come to. And Buldenia, Vishwa Fernando, Munaf Patel and Nuwan Pradeep. Does not excite anyone.
Angelo Matthew sensed that, and that's why he's going with this premier bowler. He's looking for a couple of more wickets through him.
Well, they're just going to have to muster some runs here. It's as simple as that, really. Pathan on 7. Pereira on 1 at the moment. Not a lot to come, as we just saw now. Of course, Pereira is one of those blokes that really needs to get runs at the top. There's the bowling, set the tone. Where's the batting? Intensity, assess the conditions, partnerships, communicate clearly. No run-outs. Oh, no. Can't believe it.
Oh, dear. Call in the same language, I guess.
Oh, no. Clearly they missed that lesson. Communicate clearly and no run outs. Scramble, scramble, dive. No, 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 back, dive. Oh no, would have been out. No, 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 get back. Out. Uh-oh. Scrub that one out. Skipper, scrub that one out.
Well, I think they should put, let's use a common language that we all understand, Paul.
Just over the top of the keeper. Gone for 4.
That actually tested the wicket keeper. Brilliant to watch this Mantha Chamira. Did it yesterday and he's doing it again here. Outstanding. No substitute for extra pace.
Wonder if Afan Pathan is in your fantasy cricket team for tonight's game. Download the app from my11circle.com. Select your team and have fun. Play with the champions. He certainly was a champion in his heyday. Afan Pathan was a wonderful cricketer. Great to have him involved again today. 5 off the over, 75 for 5. Tricky little leg spinner. He's a wonderful talent, Case Ahmed. Straight into the game, picked up a wicket already.
He's been brilliant. He's employed that short pitch delivery with some effects. Whenever he decides to bowl those heavy balls, they are not really short. And that's why he creates so much pressure on the batsman. And tonight he was able to move the ball around too.
Note the line. The line's crucial. Just on around that 4th or 5th off stump, which makes it that he's bowling quickly at the batsman. So exciting because been around for a while. Hardly been able to stay on the park. Injuries have held him back. Well, what's holding the Kandy Tuskers back right now is communication.
It's all challenge between Case Ahmed and Afan Pathan. You could see that he was sort of itching to get after him, but no, decided against lofting it and just rove him on the ground for 1. Just looking to rotate the strike, but of course in this sort of situation you can't take too many risks against a bowler of this ability, because he doesn't give you too much.
You've got to scramble, try and get a score on the board that your bowlers will have some chance. Pitch good. We had 405 runs scored in the game prior to this. That's an indication. I'd say 160 at least to give yourself a chance on this pitch. 12 gone, 79 for 5.
are 2 down, boys. Get ready. Come on.
I think you're right, Russ. That 160 mark is minimum. I really do. And I think the only way they can get there is if they have wickets in hand at the end, which means this partnership, which is now only worth 14, has got to go very deep here. So they can have a little bit of a dip towards the end, and also some of their mates behind them can do the same. These two guys certainly can play. They're talented cricketers with the bat. And they've got to make sure they keep batting for some time, but they've got to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Yes, in the previous match, 400 runs were scored. But you've got to look at the bowling attack, which Colombo Kings have. Variety, pace, exploited the conditions very well. Angelo Matthews opted to bowl with a new ball, moved the ball around. Really got the stranglehold of this game now by picking up 5 wickets.
He's a big lad, but to his right, to his left, he moves so easily. Gets across quickly. Andre Russell. He covers a big area there. Big unit I mentioned.
Okay, so here's a test. Or there's a test there maybe for Andre Russell. Oh, it's on the watch strap. It's not going to help his timing in the field. So 3 dot balls halfway through this over. Farhan Pathan can't give this away. Got to make sure he doesn't get too tempted. It's a little bit short, a little bit quicker. There is protection, so it's just the one.
Look at the commitment. Not afraid to throw himself around. Looking to save runs for his side. The process.
He doesn't need it. It's not that he times the ball when he bats, is it?
Oh, that's clever. That's clever. Waiting on it. Running off the face. Picking up a boundary.
Papaw. Actually, for 4 after a long time. Opens the face of the bat. Delicate touch. A mile 11 circle. Champion shot after a long time.
5 off the over, last ball now. I guess that's okay at this stage. 5 from it. Overs ticking through though. 84 for 5.
Belly!
Temptation with a bit of extra flight there from Qais Ahmed.
Slowing it down, and that's inviting. 75 Ks. Qais Ahmed becoming braver and braver. Confident.
Bottom edge, past that leg stump.
We're back bowling slow. He's getting the ball to react off the surface. He's another bowler who's thinking of taking the wickets all the times.
Revolutions on this ball from Amir are really good, but he's also getting some bounce. That's a little bit quicker that time. He's a clever bowler. We haven't seen the wrong one so far in this over. Halfway through it, I wonder if we'll get it as we go deeper in the over. These are all standard leg spinners. That one's quicker than the first two. Oh, it's beautifully bowled. That really is beautifully bowled. He is a champion, this guy. That is superb stuff.
Quicker ball. Forced the batsman on the back foot. Wasn't the right idea. Easy decision for the umpire to make. Second wicket for the leggy. And he picked up this wicket with a flipper.
Brilliant in the sense, the first three balls were so slow through the air. And then he just fires one in. Dilruwan Perera caught on the crease. He's got only 12 runs. And the Kandy Tuskers, 85 for 6.
Embaldinho now. 2 balls left. Oh, that's a wrong one. He's showing us everything. This is the full bag of tricks. Now that wicket delivery was quite extraordinary. The wicket delivery from Ahmed was the flipper. Now that is a very difficult ball to bowl. We'll have a closer look at that shortly. He likes that as well. I don't think that one's out. Neither's the umpire, and he's the one that matters. So 1 from the over, just a wicket as well, 85 for 6. Koshal continues. Lapped around the corner, fine. There is a man in that region. He's not going to get there though. That's a boundary to start the over for Farm Patan.
Now Kushal looks a decent talent, but he bowls too quick for my liking. And full toss, all Irfan Pathan needed to do was hit the ball into the gap. Made sure he plays that one fine. And it's my 11 circle champion shot.
He gives you all the pace you need. He's bowling very fast. Pitli Kaushal. That means he does come onto the bat a little bit better. But Ahmed on the other end is varying his pace, slow through the air, and he's also got the quicker one.
Look at that release. That's the flipper. Look at it spinning backwards. That's the important thing about that. It's out the front of the hand. It's flat and it skids. That is so gifted to be able to bowl that one. That is really special. Very few guys can get that right.
And that flipper also dipped in the air as well.
So just to explain a little bit further, it comes right out of the front of the hand. It's sort of flicked out in the front of the hand with all the fingers almost. And it's spinning backwards as it goes through, so it skids on. And you can see that the batsman was too late, Perera, to actually play it, and it was dead in front, and he was on his way. That is magnificent. It really is. So that over, we saw a couple of leggies, standard, we saw a quicker one, we saw the flipper, we saw the wrong one as well. This is what the batsman sees. Look at that, right out of the front of the hand.
What's incredible about his ability, he lands the ball accurately and consistently.
Try and do that in your hallway. Grab a tennis ball or an apple. Try and do that in your hallway, you'll probably hit the side wall. It is so hard to control. The other thing, you've also got a very strong fingers to do it. It's quicker, with a purchase. Tidy. Good comeback after the boundary first ball, 92 for 6.
Ahmed continues. Stump him, miss-stumped in fact. Rare chance, goes a begging. Chandimal couldn't quite hold on.
Through the gate, Chandy couldn't hold on to that. Case Ahmed's bowled very, very well, been very impressive, as have all the bowlers tonight.
It's been a contrasting batting display. When you remember that the previous game had almost 400 plus runs, the struggle of the Kandy Tuskers has been inexplicable. I haven't really seen anything unusual.
Leg spinners quite ubiquitous in T20 cricket. Lots of variations. And it's an attacking option for a captain. Left of screen, the conventional leg break.
Such a difficult art to master.
We've seen some leg spinners in this tournament, none as effective as Case Ahmed. And that's because of his consistency in his lines and lengths. Doesn't let you off as a batsman. Doesn't give you a freebie as well.
No, he doesn't. Very rarely do you get a freebie. I've enjoyed watching him bowl, I really have. So too Wanindu Hasaranga, who's been outstanding. Leg spinners are gold dust. Yeah, we spoke about it in the previous game. Wickets through the middle overs are crucial, and this hasn't allowed the Kandy Tuskers to go because they've just taken wickets and wickets and wickets. Hasn't allowed them to attack the rate at any time.
7 wickets so far in the tournament for Case Ahmed. Another excellent over from him, and we'll have a strategic timeout. 94 for 6. Kandy Tuskers, their battle in this innings. Dunya, the new batsman.
Hassan Priyanjan, the new bowler. The off-spinner bowling because there's two left-handers out there.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
Turning out to be a useful cricketer, Hassan Priyanjan. But I still feel that number 6, 7 doesn't really suit him as a batsman. His style is different. Upish taken. Soft dismissal. Hassan Priyanjan's off-spin working. And the Kandy Tuskers, their struggle continues.
Good bowling changes from Angelo Matthews. The off-spinner Priyanjan manning it. Irfan Pathan coming down the wicket, trying to hit it through the offside, comfortably taken by Dusmanta Chamira. The strategy worked. The off-spinner gets the wicket. The ender Irfan Pathan, 18 of 27. Kandy Tuskers, 95 for 7 now.
Coming over to you.
Priyanjan continues. New batsman, Vishwa Fernando, one of the 3 changes to this Kandy Tuskers team today.
Well, he's there because Irfan Pathan was done by a bit of off-spin from Hassan Priyanjan. He was looking to come down the pitch. Priyanjan just shortening his length, and eventually a fairly simple chance to the man at point. But Vishwa Fernando, he's earned the promotion in the batting order. Generally a number 11 for Sri Lanka, but he's batting at number 9 here.
So it's an opportunity for him to enhance his reputation with the bat.
Well, he has a reputation. Don't forget, he partners. It's turned fine. He was Kusal Pereira's partner when he played that match-winning, possibly the knock of the century or knock of the decade or whatever you want to call it.
Clean strike, finds the fielder, Laurie Evans, another wicket. There, oh there, looks meek, Kandy Tuskers, wicket number 8. 17 gone, 98 for 8.
Another look. Lasita Buldenia. Well, he had no option. He had to look for runs here. 3 overs to go. But gone for 4. 98 for 8.
Dunya, the last wicket to fall, Nyon Pradeep. He has a mountain to climb if they are to get anywhere close to a respectable total.
tell you, he doesn't have the figures to prove or to support his credentials as a batsman. But well, this is Lasith Ambuldenia, the second wicket in the over, caught down at long on by Evans. But his effort with the bat will be remembered by almost everybody. Kusal Pereira just played one of those dream knocks. And it was completely against the odds. And the way the Sri Lankans won that game, and Vishwa Fernando just hung in there.
My 11 circle MVP of the tournament, Tisara Pereira, still stays at the top. Hasaranga, we've been talking about leg spin in that number 2 position. Gunaratne, Andre Russell, Samit Patel, maybe Case Ahmed will be getting up closer to that top 5. Educated edge, you would say, just beats the keeper, races away for 4.
Vishwa Fernando gets a good edge there, gets the 100 up for the Kandy Tuskers. 102 for 8 now.
This is Tikshila De Silva. He bowls a bit of medium pace, bats in the middle order. Useful runs, but Kandy Tuskers will be very disappointed. They won the toss, they decided to bat. The surface was very good.
Forces this one, doesn't time it. When we look at this tournament overall, this batting effort by Kandy Tuskers, really the smallest effort we've seen so far by a team. Many of the matches getting close to that 150 marker. And you've got to give credit to this Colombo Kings bowling unit.
Also the fact that there is due expected is not going to make their cause any easier. I mean, that 103 for 8, 104, now whatever they end up, will look much smaller when the Colombo Kings come out to bat. We already see the towels out, so that will only get worse. So they seem to have got everything wrong from the point of deciding to bat first, when the due is quite apparent in these days, in these parts of the world.
Skies high in the air. A meek surrender of yet another wicket. Successful end to the over. Angelo Matthews making no mistake.
Tikshila De Silva digging it in there to Vishwa Fernando, who can only feather it to Angelo Matthews at mid-on. Vishwa Fernando, 7 off 7, 104 for 9 for the Kandy Tuskers.
Mr. Rodano, as expected, he will come to close the innings off. Hasn't picked up a wicket so far in this innings.
We've spoken about the highs of the Lankapremierleague by 11 circle. The run scoring, the high scoring. He just bowled it into the pitch. It took some time to arrive at a simple catch. And this is a new low in the My 11 Circle Lankapremierleague. Previously it was just over 150, if my memory serves me right. That was Jaffna Stallions versus the Colombo Kings. But here, this is a new low. In fact, the lowest have been 131 by Kandy Tuskers versus Jaffna Stallions.
Colombo Kings as well scored 147 against Nambola Vikings. So a few scores below that 150 marker. But on the other side, I think credit must go to the bowlers in this Colombo Kings team. A wicket for Angelo Matthews, one for Chimera, who's been exceptional with his pace, his accuracy of lengths. Andre Russell, a wicket to him. And of late he's started bowling for this Colombo Kings team. And when you've got spinners like Qais Ahmed in your side, you always think that you have a wicket-taking option that you can rely on at any stage of the innings.
Yeah, especially when you get wickets up front with the new ball. Then you've got your trump cards through the middle, your wrist spinners bowling to the middle order. It becomes a different ball game.
We saw that with Hasaranga and the Jaffna Stallions, how they've used him. He's a bowler that you can rely on in the power play overs in the middle. Haven't seen him at the death just yet, but I think he has the capability to bowl in that phase of the innings. Hasaranga, boot himself, Qais Ahmed, with 7 wickets in the tournament so far.
Well, you can't afford to really expect too much when you lose your best 2 batsmen in the first 4 overs. That's exactly what happened to the Tuskers. Kusal Pereira done by a brilliant catch, then Kusal Mendy's run out. From that time, it was a big climb for them. And don't think they had the muscle to come out of it. Yes, Brendan Taylor was there, unfortunate today. But they needed those Kusals to fire. They needed that solid foundation, which sadly wasn't there.
No, it wasn't there. But again, the planning, the bowling, the execution of the Colombo Kings has been top draw tonight. They deserve to have their opposition 105 for 9. They've struck. They've taken wickets with the new ball. They've taken wickets in the middle. They've had a complete bowling performance.
How close that was. Yeah, a smile. Just 1 run conceded. 105 for 9. Eight bowlers used so far by Colombo Kings. Dominant effort, you would say, with the ball, reinforcing their status as a franchise.
Interesting to see that Angelo Matthews has entrusted Tixila De Silva with the last over. Andre Russell's been doing it of late.
Done it. It's done and dusted. So 105 is all what Kandy Tuskers have. That in 19.2 overs. And the agony with the bat is over.
It's a clinical performance by Colombo Kings. First half of the innings. Full control. Full domination by a team that is on a high. Had a win in the last game against the Jaffna Stallions. And they've played it in a really good spirit, Colombo Kings.
That's the pupil of Mickey. Herschel Gibbs. I think he's used all your knowledge quite well. He's used all your tutoring in very, very good, in a very effective way. So he's planned out well. And now look at the results. Kandy Tuskers have been bowled out so cheaply for 105.
Yeah, he'll be a very happy coach tonight, Herschel Gibbs. The boys have executed well. I thought they bowled extremely well. They kept the pressure on the whole way through that Kandy Tuskers innings. And of course, getting wickets just makes it so much easier.
They lost 3 wickets in the power play overs, and then wickets kept tumbling. Never had a chance for their batting to recover. Little or no partnerships throughout the innings. And the Colombo Kings with the ball never let up.
Well, the performance so far has grouped the teams into 2 segments. The top 3 teams, they've been good, they've been consistent, but the bottom 2 have struggled a lot. Galle Gladiators today missed out on a good opportunity, and look at what Kandy Tuskers have done with their batting. Just 105 all out in 19 overs and 2 balls.
Only 8 extras, again an indication as to the discipline from the bowling of this Colombo Kings franchise. They've been exceptional. Gurbaz had a start to his innings at the top of the order, but didn't get any support throughout the course of 20 overs.
A really good bowling performance from the Colombo Kings. That they bowled in unison. Wickets for Matthews, Chimera, who I thought was outstanding, 14 dot balls, 1 for 17. Case Ahmed, 2 for 8 in his 4 overs, incredible, and 2 wickets each for Priyanjan and Tixila de Silva.
Well, Colombo Kings, they'll need 106. This might just be light work for an informed Kings.
Welcome back. Just a reminder that the Kandy Tuskers won the toss and they elected to bat first, but they didn't bat for very long, really. They just got to 105, and it really wasn't a very good performance at all. Gurbaz was the top scorer with 34, 21 balls for that 34. But unfortunately, to go down to Patan and Pereira, 18 and 12 respectively, to get anything like after that. So 105 is where they finished. We saw some really good bowling from the Colombo Kings. Let's just have a look at some of the wickets that did go down. Now, good 6 right at the start. Got things going. We thought, here we go. This is going to be quite interesting. But then suddenly, the run-outs started to come. Indecision between the opening batsman really messed things up. That was a brilliant catch by Chandamal. He really did take a beauty right at the start. But unfortunately, there were a couple of lusty blows that went very high. That was a drop catch. Might have been Andre Russell's catch, actually, bottom edge. Now, this was a mess up. This was bad. This was Mendes, who was run out at the bowler's end by some distance. There was a bit of an argument actually ensued soon afterwards also. But Andre Russell was introduced into the attack. And it wasn't long before he was involved in a wicket as well. So I'm afraid from here on in, it really was a bit of a procession. That was the wicket of Brendan Taylor, 55 for 4. When he departed. And then it was Case Ahmed who was into the attack, and he always likes to influence. That was the flipper. That was just outstanding cricket. It really was from Case Ahmed. Patan was still there, just eased one down, but we didn't see too many boundaries. A missed stumping and a soft dismissal from Patan. Down the ground he went, but unfortunately found hands again, so this was not very good batting at all from the Kandy Tuskers. Angelo Matthews was involved, and then it was all wrapped up and all out for 105. So that was a really disappointing performance. And Mr. Howells alongside me, Amir.
You expected more from Kandy Tuskers. The batsmen have been doing well. But the way they went about the job was not impressive. Communication wasn't there. Needless run out, especially for batsmen.
We'll take a break and we'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back. Now here's the Kandy Tuskers. That's the captain, So Pereira in the middle there, the keeper just giving them the lowdown before they take their place in the middle. Here come the Colombo Lions, looking nice and determined as they're striding out. They will know that they don't have to get off to a blazing start. The conditions are good, they will know that as well. He will know they're going to have to get wickets, and it's not just one, it's probably not just two, it's probably around about three, nice and early in proceedings to make some inroads and try and get the Colombo Kings just panicking a little bit.
He's been very impressive, Dinesh Chandimal. He's been very efficient behind the stumps and produced some quality innings in this My 11 circle, Lankapremierleague. His partner, Corey Evans, is an aggressor. Likes to get on with the job. There'll be something for Mohammad Patel.
Here's the old fella. He's going to be starting proceedings. Mohammad Patel. G'day, Russ.
Good evening, guys. They look to make short work of this. They're in great form. Brilliant against Jaffna yesterday. Dinesh Chandimal cutting half. Mohammad Patel wants it. Doesn't get it. It's amazing how he's still able to hit the seam. It's not extra space, but gets bounce, gets movement.
And the line and the length he gets. Have the batsman buried in uncertainties. Indecisive. Chandimal whether to play on the front foot or the back foot. That's poor. That's poor. Innings on the way.
He had two slips in place. Kusal Pereira, after he saw this happen, look at that jag back. It's hard for a batsman when it moves off the seam because he has less time to react. But swing, you see it from the hand. I'm not trying to say it's easy, but if you're seaming it, it's more of a challenge for a batsman.
He's got one to go the other way. I think he enjoyed that first one, that little smile we saw. I like the way he goes about it, actually. I'm just going to ignore that second delivery. That was just a little bit of a wayward ball, which he'd like to forget about as well. And he'll clock in and get there and thereabouts with the rest of his balls. Herschel Gibbs, the coach.
Control from Munaf as yet, just spraying it round quite a bit. A win here would make sure that the Colombo Kings qualify for the semi-finals. Dambulla, by winning earlier in the day, made sure of that.
There's an edge and it's over the top of second slip. Running away quickly, nice and fine to third man for a boundary.
If you have two slips, entice the batsman into driving through extra cover. And that's experience for you. Mohammad Patel pitching the ball outside the off stump, getting the ball to move away. Edge was induced. Unluckily, it wasn't taken. Good bowling.
Fielder there. Kusal Mendis generally very, very good. He pulls those off. Down the wicket comes Chandimal to negate that seam. He bowled at 121, that delivery, but still it flew past second slip. That speed, you would have thought that Kusal Mendis would have had more of a chance, and that 153. You remember that, Hazy? You remember that?
I remember you screaming about it in the commentary box alongside Sean Pollock, but mind you, we were all on our feet. It was just sensational. He was magnificent. Some swing that time, a little bit of pad to to be 4-leg buys.
He's getting the ball to wobble. Choose a couple of unplayed deliveries. After 1 over, it's 13 without loss.
Let's do. Left arm over here.
So just a reminder about the Cycle Incense Fair Play Award. This is awarded at the end of the tournament. It's outstands at the moment. The Jaffna Stallions on top with 460 points. Colombo Kings down the bottom with 305. Kandy Tuskers at 355. Dale Staines available for the next game, so that'll probably drop to number 5. Apologies, Dale. I bet he can't wait to get out and start playing, Dale Staines. Fresh for Fernando now.
You remember this guy? Hazy? He was the one who stuck around with Kusal Pereira.
Correct.
For that 153. Had the best seat in the house.
He did a sterling job. In Durban. A lot of people voted it the best test innings ever. The 153, not Vishwa Fernandez.
Yes. Supporting role, Vishwa Fernando. Oh, swing. Did it do much? Did it do too much? Or did it pitch outside leg stump? He wants it. They want an early wicket. DRS taken. And you think about yesterday against the Jaffna Stallions as well. Chandimal was hit in a similar way. This time it's Evans. Ball's given out. It's done too much this time. And Chandimal was saved by the thread. Went on to make a match-winning score. Hitting low, no problems, but it swung too much.
No connection with the willow at all, but yeah, I think it's a bit of movement through the air. That's encouraging to see. Seen a couple of balls swerve. We haven't seen too much swing. Has it pitched outside? Yes, it has. Just. Swing and a miss that time. He's normally fairly calm and collected, Laurie Evans. That's a little bit on the rash side.
Yeah, it was indeed an airy-fairy stroke. Laurie Evans. I thought the bowler is settling into a nice line of length. He's getting the ball to wobble, attack him. Force him away from that dangerous line of length.
Fresh from their victory against the Jaffna Stallions, the Colombo Kings. That was yesterday. They got an opportunity to step on their net run rate. Win this one quite quickly, and that'll boost that very well if they can get going.
There was the opportunity for Laurie Evans to get off the mark. Juicy full toss, completely missed it.
Two men outside the circle in the power play. Two in the leg side. One in that region. And the other one at fine leg.
Okay. The leg down. Leg. Okay. One leg down. Leg.
Chandimal's batting so far in this LPL has been very crisp. That's what's been so impressive about it. He's got that away too. Not quite out of the middle, but he's going to bank that boundary. Nice way to round off the over. 18 for none. Scores of 80 off 46 balls and 68 not out off 51 balls for Chandimal so far in the last couple of knocks.
Yes, indeed, he's been impressive, Chandimal. Adopted that anchor role for his side.
Advancing. Has he got enough to go for a boundary? He has. Nice way to start the over.
Usage of feet help the batsman not to execute that stroke. That was my 11 circle champion shot.
Fielder at point went the long way. He was watching the batsman and moving to his right. Never expected Laurie Evans to slap it square.
Oh, he's tickled that. He's gone. Definite noise. He stuck around and just waited for the finger to go up, which he can do, of course, within his rights. But Patel has struck.
Once again, movement of the seam. Finding the right length. Batsman was unsure whether to play off the front foot or go back. Found himself in no man's land. Played from the crease, edged it. It's out for 5. 22 for 1.
Middle please. Yes, center wicket. Right.
At 22 for 1, it's Daniel Bill Drummond. Quiet day yesterday, dismissed early. You might like this a little bit more with the ball coming on to the bat. Very effective player in T20 cricket. 112. He's got that 100 against Surrey. 2250 is healthy strike rate too. It's amazing. He's been going past the bat, finding the edge. Munaf Patel always seems to make something happen. Goes close to the wicket and hits the seam. Has to play at it.
Yeah, I incorrectly called him the old fella. That was just an affectionate term earlier. I think we'll call him the experienced fella because that was just a terrific delivery. Oh, that's a splice delivery. It's not too far away from the stumps.
And he's landing the ball on the seam consistently. He's used that heavy ball with some effect as well. Surprising. Well, Drummond on that occasion. He wasn't that short as well.
Bending his back. He's going away from the length that works for him. Oh boy, that's been called a no ball. Because it's the second bouncer of the over. That's way above. Call from square leg. So the previous one was deemed one for the over. That surprised Daniel Bill Drummond. He's gone away from the most effective length, the length that's been causing all the batsmen that he's bowled against problems. Munaf Patel. Smacked, free hit. Bill Drummond needed that and he gets it. He gets a freebie. Sets himself up, front foot out of the way. Nothing's going right for the Kandy Tuskers.
I mean, that's a pretty good technique, actually, if you think about it. If you get a free hit, that's pretty much exactly how you should set yourself, I would thought. Get deep on the back foot and splay open and swing. It was nicely played. 29 for 1. Hard to believe they only made 105 actually. 3 overs gone, going at nearly 10 and over, losing just the 1 wicket at this stage. Then they had almighty problems with their running between the wickets and their calling. One of the official sponsors, Red Bull. Players have been enjoying those drinks as we've been going through the tournament so far. Some of the commentators as well. Oh, that's come back nicely again. Good swing.
Yeah, by bending the ball back into the right-handed batsman. What Fernando does, he has forced Chandimal try and stay inside the line of the delivery rather than moving towards the off stump and playing around the pad. And since he's staying inside the line of the delivery, that's why the shot mid-on placed.
The free hit that went for 6.
There you see the Circle champion fan of the day. He's enjoying the match on his phone. If you want to be one of them, make your team on My 11 Circle and play with the champions.
That fielder's still there. Now look, that fielder for Chandimal, just there is of no use really. He drove one straight down for 4, but if you look at Vishwa Fernando coming through on his follow through, he ends up in front of that fielder.
It was just to have a fielder in front of his eyes.
Trying to make him play across the line, then through the line.
Maybe with the open face of the bat.
Was there pad first? Fernando thought so. Where's my spotter again? People are asking me on social media what do I mean about this spotter. I mean about someone who's part of the coaching staff who has a TV monitor in front of him who gets fed replays. So it's not up to the players to actually call for the review in the middle. A spotter has a good look and then he would actually then call for the replays after looking on the sidelines. Now, what would he have said here? He would have said, he wouldn't have called for it actually, because he would have seen a replay or two and said there's bat. There's no need to call for that.
The spotter would have said, are you kidding? Exactly,
he would have. So it's not in the laws at the moment. That's 4.
Used the angle quite well. Drummond just helping the way with a bit of flick of the wrist and place the ball into the gap. My 11th circle, champion shot.
Yeah, a little too straight, and he's getting the curve into the leg, so that's a free hit. He's got to start somewhere around off stump and straighten it down the line.
So my team spotter is not in the laws of the playing conditions at the moment. It's something that I'm suggesting should be introduced. It needs progressive thinking, and it will get the correct decisions rather than the players just calling it for all time. It's based on what happens in the NFL as well. Okay, end of that over. 34 for 1. Your answers on a postcard, please.
Another over from Munaf Patel. Required rate 4.5. Not a big score to chase for the Colombo Kings. Another 72 required of 96 balls. Squirts that off. My 11th circle champion shot for Chandimal. Not clean, not exactly where he intended to, but almost runs nevertheless.
Yes, he was eyeing mid-wicket. Thick edge, but the result is good. We're apologizing to the captain. Yes, it was offline.
Inside edge. That was pretty straight and well bowled, wasn't it?
I agree. Oh, it's a good old-fashioned bowler killer. They both said sorry.
Didn't come to Munaf Patel as quickly as he did think. Off the bottom of the bat, Chandimal. Wow. He just can't get himself out. If he'd made good contact, sorry please, Munaf Patel.
That was a Jaffna. A bit of movement and then the bounce. Yeah, respect for each other.
Apology or thanks for dropping me? Length for Munaf. He uses that good length very, very well.
And his line, look at his line, that's terrific. Now that one's got through him as well. It's gone past the leg stump. Might be some extra points from the Cycle Incense Fair Play Award added after this game.
The way he's moving it, the way he's controlling it. Should he be in Australia, Munaf Patel? But Chandimal on the other hand, geez, that's a charmed life.
Protection out there. It's just going to be the one. Interesting over that one from Patel. Still got one ball remaining, 5 from it so far.
At this stage, Kandy Tuskers were ahead 41 for 2, and then that communication gap happened. 2 balls ago. Return catch, inside edge is the ball missing the stump, the outside edge, but Chandimal is still there.
That's his lucky night.
Just wants that gully just a little bit finer. I think he's saying he's not that quick. He wants him a little bit closer as well. Even closer still. With a smile on his face also. So he's got a slip and a gully. Oh, that's going to be called a wide. It is. So he's still going to have to re-bowl that exercise for the umpires, the men in black.
He's trying different things to pick up another wicket here for his side. Mohammad Patel. Good to see him giving his 100%.
Just the one to finish that over. It's a long over, but it's done now. 7 runs from it, 5 gone, 41 for 1.
.41 for 1. Snicked and gone. Diving away, Kusal Pereira to his right. Bell Drummond has to go.
Very well bowled here by Vichy Fernando. Oh, that one's jagged off the seam. Very, very good ball. I'm so happy to see Vichy Fernando getting a run here tonight for the Kandy Tuskers. Very, very good bowler. Has the ability to swing the ball back into the pads, and then the one just like that goes across the batsman. Daniel Bell Drummond, 11 off 10. Colombo Kings are 41 for 2.
Angelo Matthews, the captain, comes to the crease. The target score wouldn't get him too flustered. I just want to improve on that strike rate based on the evolution of the T20 game. Scoring quickly in the middle overs has become the norm.
2 slips in with Matthews just coming in. Wish for Fernando. Well, Kandy have got 2 wickets. They can only blame themselves for that poor return with the bat. Sure, they could have made a match of it had they been able to get something decent, but instead just succumb to some very, very good bowling by the Colombo Kings. Another look. This is Belgraman. Well taken by Kusal Pereira, standing back.
Very good ball that by Vishwa Fernando. Went across Daniel Belgraman. He was looking and playing for a ball that swung back. He ended up nicking that. Interesting to see Angela Matthews. I thought Angela Matthews got some really good rhythm to his batting. So I'm looking forward to see if that continues today.
Silly mid-on, or a deepish. But how do we describe it? Silly mid-on?
Short mid-on, catching. There is a wide mid-on as well, and a mid-wicket. Opens the blade. With little risk, he finds a boundary. When you inform, you can do this.
Field set for the ball that swings back. This one's just gone across him again. And if he gives a little bit of width, he does not have the protection out on the offside. The only way Kandy Tuskers win this game is to bowl the Colombo Kings out, hence an attacking field.
That's a tall order. They can achieve it. Well, it will be nothing short of a miracle at this stage.
A little bit surprised with this field. And it's a left-arm seamer going across the right-hander. It's quite easy for a right-handed batsman to use the angle and beat the first slip and the fielder in that third-man position. Margin for error so slim for Fernando. Has to hold that leg stump, middle and leg line.
And you know, if he's holding that middle leg stump, middle and leg line, he's not getting the swing. He hasn't got his wrist in the right position to swing the ball. Third man coming back now. I think they might have heard us talking here, Darren.
Sometimes captains, they focus on one side of the field, but really and truly they're looking to get the batsman out, playing a shot to the other side. Just optics sometimes. As we say in the Caribbean, you dangle the carrot to a batsman, make him think in one direction, but then you outfox him with going the other way.
Mickey can add a bit more about these carrots.
No, in this instance, if you're a batsman, a right-handed batsman, you're thinking about him shaping the ball into you with the on-sided field. But there is an opportunity for Fernando to take the ball away and get that first slip into play. So you're thinking about playing all the time. You might just follow one wide.
Yeah, we see your point. And see that shot too. Dinesh Chandimal has been in such good form. And he's just carrying on and brings up the 50. 6 overs completed, 50 for 2.
Kandy Tuskers only managed 105 Gurbaz. Top scoring with 34. Didn't get any support from the others.
There he is, Mr. Q again. He's in the house, visiting us from London, visiting us from Canary Wharf.
Nyan Pradeep will get his chance. And 3 overs from Fernando, 3 from Munaf Patel. First delivery, just short of the fielder. Had to run a long way to make the catch. Gurbaz.
Matthews was uncomfortable with that delivery. It was rising around his rib cage. Wasn't an easy delivery for him to negotiate. Look at the way he played it. He was off the air, one hand off the bat. Very, very lucky.
That's how the opposition are attacking Angelo Matthews early these days, but he's working hard at that.
Yeah, I think earlier on most fast bowlers would want to bowl that length to Matthews. Through him, aiming a drive, and that ball just going through between bat and the inside edge.
Already causing problems. Pradeep. He's done a good job for his team, bowling in the death overs now. In the middle overs. And he's following up from the good work of Mohammad Patel, Fernando. There's a lesson to be learned with the spell from Mohammad Patel. He's 37 years old, not very fast in terms of pace, but consistent in his lengths. We saw that in the pitch map earlier, where he was in that good length area, short. And the strong lesson there is sometimes as a bowler, you got to keep it simple. Don't overthink, don't overcomplicate your plans. He's bowling to his strengths. We all know his stop delivery comes into the right-hander, and he's made that work for him. Loud shout and given. Again, straight lines, a little bit of inward movement, and breaches the defense of Angelo Matthews.
Yeah, that's the line. Naveen Pradeep, he brings the ball back in at the point you made, Darren, and that was exactly what he did. But it was the previous ball. It was the ball that he bowled short to Angelo that got his feet just caught in the crease there.
Absolutely right, Mickey. Certainly had him hopping around a bit, and then he went for the foolish length delivery. And has it done enough, or is it clipping? Maybe the next frame will tell us. But Angelo's feet, it hasn't gone anywhere, so it's almost on the crease. So that will work against him.
Yeah, and that's what a fast bowler does. It's always his follow-up delivery after he bowls the short ball. That's the wicket-taking one. He's executed this perfectly as Naveen Pradeep.
In 2018, I saw the West Indies use the short ball to good effect very early against Angelo Matthews. Just had him a little bit disoriented as a batsman, and then they went in full. He struggled a bit in that series, and again, that's the approach that brings success for the Kandy Tuskers. Very well bowled by Naveen Pradeep. His first over in the innings, and he's accurate. And he's taken the captain of this Colombo Kings with him. He's gone for 2. It's 52 for 3.
Ashan Priyanjan is a new batsman. Now this situation would suit him a little bit better because he's someone who likes to take his time over his innings. He's not a basher, so to speak. Plays and misses. That's good bowling by Pradeep.
Well, you've got to admire the attitude of Kandy Tuskers. Their bowlers still bowling with the belief that they can win this game. They only scored 105, but you can see that there's determination in getting wickets from this group. Still very much disciplined, motivated.
Look at Kusal Mendis. Great decision.
And it's good to see he's kept his sense of humour after the run out.
Well, as you said, Darren, I think they've done brilliantly, the Kandy Tuskers bowlers. 52 for 3.
The use of seamers being the strategy by Kusal Perera to get wickets, to keep his team in this game. Right signal. I spoke earlier about Munaf Patel and how effective he's been with his uncomplicated approach to bowling in T20s, and more so in the power play overs. Take a look at the lateral movement of his deliveries. Once that straightens, and he's only got to bring it back once or twice in the over to keep the batsman guessing. Excellent stuff.
One thing is, he's done his reputation no harm. For someone who has not played cricket recently, let's not forget that he had a very decent career for India. And he did come out of virtual retirement to play here. And he's bowled 3 overs, and every time in that 3-over spell, he's got a wicket. And as you said, Darren, he's just stuck to the basics, very methodical with what he was doing.
That's his career figures. 35 wickets in 13 test matches. Quite a bit of ODIs as well for India. Gets very close to the stumps when he's delivering. Part of India's World Cup winning side in 2011.
He's bowled beautifully tonight. As you said, Darren, he found that length, he's found that length, and he's asked questions with every ball, and that's all you ask of your bowler that takes the new ball. He threatened with every delivery he bowled tonight, and that's rubbed off on Vishwa Fernando as Vishwa's just coming to the legs there of Ashan Priyanjan. I put the kiss of death on him. That one swung in, and he's hit it through the mid-wicket for 4. Very good shot, that. Great balance.
You can understand what he's trying to do. Usually a right-handed batsman facing a left-hander has a tendency to fall over to the offside when searching for that LBW. And that's a wicket-taking delivery. The result, my 11 circle champion shot.
The interesting thing was he went searching though, and he didn't have the feel for it. We discussed his field setting. He didn't have the feel for that one.
We expected a cracker. It's been a one-sided affair, so to speak, so far. My 11 Circle, Lankapremierleague, sponsored by My 11 Circle Fantasy app. You could go to www.my11circle.com, download the app, pick your fantasy team. If you select the right captain, you could double your points. Vice captain, 1.5. And you can be a champion with getting the maximum points.
You talk about a cracker. If the Kandy Tuskers could maybe get another wicket or 2, it would be a much tighter game. Well, the target set still is way short of what one could term as a winning one. But it's a target that can really be challenged by a good bowling unit.
There was an opportunity for Irfan Pathan Gonna Ratner to have a partnership, maybe get this score somewhere to 130 when Tuskers batted. Would have made for a good game, but this one will be difficult to prevent. Kandy Tuskers conceding a boundary, just getting 2 straight. Fernando, another My 11 Circle champion shot, and we will end the over. 11 coming from it, 63 for 3. Quite capable of a hat-trick. Both teams very similar in terms of scores at this stage of the innings. And the Tuskers, they were 63 for 4. Colombo Kings, 63 for 3.
Nuan Pradeep maintaining the pressure. Vichy Fernando, 1 for 29 in his 4.
Surprisingly, this pitch has responded quite well to the seamers. They've been able to nip it around a bit, very contrasting to what we saw earlier on, where we hardly had anything for the fast bowlers, or any bowler for that matter.
My 11 Circle MVP. Who will eventually be crowned the winner? At the moment, Tessara Pereira leads the list. Sweetly timed. One of the best shots you would see in the game of cricket, the on drive. My 11 Circle champion shot.
And that too is not very easy to execute. Priyanjan just waited and then worked it through that mid-on area.
The key to that shot is his balance. His balance is perfect. When a batsman's balance is perfect, he can play all around the wicket. And you tell a batsman's balance is good by his ability to on-drive the ball. That was classic.
Coaching masterclass from Mickey Arthur in the combox. For you young cricketers listening, make sure you perfect the on-drive. Work on your balance. Instrumental part of batting and scoring runs consistently.
Every time Mickey spoke, it's been a masterclass. He's always added so much value, so much of information. Brilliant, well done.
Good length, hard length there from Nuan Pradeep. You can't help thinking they just need another couple. If they can sneak out another couple of wickets before Colombo Kings get to 75, it could be an interesting game.
And they'll be thinking if we had another 30 runs. the game of ifs.
That was an aggressive, well-directed short ball by signal.
72 for 3. And time now for the strategic timeout.
72 for 3 in pursuit of 106. Colombo Kings sitting pretty at the moment. Can we see this game change on its head? That's the big question. Embeldinia will get his chance. Will he be the hero that can change this game? We've seen strange things in T20 cricket.
Well, the supporters of Kandy Tuskers will be hoping so. But I think it's a real tough ask. It's a long shot, as they call it.
Mickey, does he have it in him to get a hat-trick, Embeldinia?
Oh, yes, he does. He definitely. I'm excited. I'm just disappointed he hasn't got enough runs to work with. But he's a wonderful bowler, Lassie.
My answer was not about he not having the ability to get a hat-trick, if that's how you understood me. What I meant was for the Kandy Tuskers, that's going to be a real hard ask, because 105 is all what they got. And they'll have to work really hard with shots like this, and boundaries coming. A mile 11 circle champion shot just makes things difficult.
Yeah, he's bowling with no runs on the board, so he's a little bit on a hiding to nothing now. Hasn't played much white ball cricket. Certainly hasn't played white ball cricket for Sri Lanka yet, but a vital cog in our test unit. He provides us with control, and he has the ability in the second innings to take wickets, and that's what you want from your spinner.
Well, I think he showed his class in South Africa, the way he bowled, and also the bravery. Remember, got hit. I think he carried a shoulder, carried an injury on his fingers, and went out there and fought it out. He's enjoying himself. Also Gibbs.
Ball.
What a transformation.
Indeed. He is coaching a very, very experienced team, you would say. Likes of Angelo Matthews, Andre Russell. And so far, so good. Just a solitary defeat. And they look dominant in this game. End of the over, 10 overs, halfway stage. 77 for 3. Cycle in sends Fair Play Award. Jaffna Stallions at the top. Nabula Viking with 435 points. Kings, they have a lot of work to do to get up top. Munaf Patel to complete his complement of 4 overs.
For the first time in his mile 11 circle LPL. But that's because Kandy Tuskers are searching for wickets. They're just trying to get something out of him. If he can provide a wicket or 2, as we spoke, who knows?
And also, this pitch has something for the quick bowlers. If you land the seam on the surface, the ball has wobbled. And we haven't seen in this match slow deliveries bowled. Once again, deviation of the surface, getting the batsman in 2 minds.
And also as the fielding captain, it's a tight line he's got to walk. He's got to defend the 105, he needs to get wickets. So he's got to be sure where his fielders are, catches. He can't afford to over-attack and give it away, though writing very much on the ball. Kandy would want to salvage something out of this. Kandy Tuskers, that is.
Protection, but long off. Patel.
Kusal Pereira investing in 5 fielders within the 30-yard circle. And that's the right approach. Try to create as much pressure as possible. Like him, probably not to Chandimal, but to Priyanjan to bring in the long off as well. Entice that big shot.
I agree. Priyanjan just in Chandimal, of course, has been there for a while. 26 of 26. Slip in for Munaf Patel. And what impresses me about Munaf, as we spoke, is the control. He's not expressed by any means, that pace just under 120, but the control, the dot balls he bowls. He's bowled 15 dot balls in, shall we say, what, 22 deliveries he's bowled, so that's brilliant.
Now, when he bowled his first wide delivery in his first over, he kept on telling himself, keep your wrist behind the ball, keep your wrist behind the ball. And he has done that. He's impressive. He is impressive. Have a look. Deviation of the surface.
He's getting it to talk. Going past the outside edge.
That's a test length. Just luring Chandimal into the stroke. That one going away. We talk about his stock delivery that nips into the right-hander.
Well, Kandy can be only blaming themselves, Kandy Tuskers.
He's a thinking bowler, isn't he? I remember in the previous game when he was bowling against a left-handed batsman, placed a second slip and double glove, tried to bend the ball back into the left-hander. Unfortunately, didn't come back from the right line of length. He still showed he's got the experience and he can still play competitive cricket. After 11, it's 78 for 3.
Come on, por esa está bien, la voy.
Just sliding down the leg side. Was there a bit of pat on this one? We'll wait for the umpire. Nope. Wide signal. Missing everything.
As a left-arm spinner, if you're looking to bowl that arm ball, it has to start from the off stump.
My 11 Circle app. Play with the champions. Make your team. Download the app. You could be a champion if you score maximum points.
Come on, ball, come on, ball.
Once again, a wide. Relying on the arm delivery, left-arm spinner, Ambultania. Three wides in a row.
Ball.
Better this one.
Take a look at the extras. 26 extras in the innings. That's an area that they will need to improve in matches going forward. Kandy Tuskers.
They've tried so many things. In search of the wickets which were required to make an impact in this game. Wides. definitely they'll have to improve upon so many things. Kandy Tuskers, they might look a different side if they get Dale Steyn playing for them. They need somebody to spearhead their attack.
The response to the pitch to spin, particularly LPL20's finger spin, hasn't been great. We had a lot of help for the seamers, but the wrist spinner, with the rotation of his wrist, he would put a lot of revs on the ball, so he had something out of it. And LPL20 has tried, but didn't really get much off this track. And that could also be because there is a bit of dew. And it's not easy for a spinner, a finger spinner in particular. Just knocking it into gaps. They're doing it well. 10 off the over, 88 for 3.
After a day's rest, which is going to be tomorrow, Colombo Kings, they'll be up against Gaul Gladiators. And then Jaffna Stallions and Dembula Viking. There'll be a game and a half.
Yeah, that game will be really good because two fairly good sides in the top 3. Irfan Pathan carries a lot of experience, but unfortunate, was injured, picked up a hamstring injury, but thankfully he's recovered. Kandy Tuskers would need all the experience they have in their bowling lineup.
Right, so we've got 18 runs to get from 47 balls. Now, when Colombo win, that means that the Jaffna Stallions, the Dembula Viking, and also the Colombo Kings are all going to qualify. They're all going to be on 8 points. That's for the semis, that is. That means that it's going to be a shootout between the Kandy Tuskers and the Gaul Gladiators for the 4th spot, because they can't get more than 6 points. So that's going to be the situation. So after this game, with 17 only to win, with 7 wickets in hand, 3 teams are going to qualify. And the Kandy Tuskers and the Gaul Gladiators are going to shoot it out for the 4th spot for the semis. Then it goes to a knockout, of course, and then 2 teams go through to the final. There will obviously be some interest to who plays who in the semis. And there'll be some teams who prefer to play against other sides, etc.
That'll be the fight. All these 3 teams, they'll be fighting to become number 1. To play against either Gaul Gladiators or Kandy Tuskers.
Well, the lineup is 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3. So eventually they'll be playing for places once they qualify.
Only a couple of runs from the over so far. Good to see him back on the park, Farm Patan. After what we thought was going to be some time on the sidelines, but that hamstring has responded nicely to the treatment. A bit short, hammered away for 4 runs. So that's a boundary to finish the over. My 11 circle champion shot, 94 for 3.
Come on, ball.
Well, 12 off just 42 balls, 7 wickets standing. Colombo Kings just making it look so easy. Abultenia continues.
Ball. Come on, ball.
Well, just to remind you, in case you haven't downloaded the My 11 Circle app, you should do that. Pick your fantasy team. So many options. We've spoken about the points. We've spoken about how you could earn points. And this is that last boundary of Irfan Pathan. Ashan Priyanjan just feasting on it. Easy picking the boundary to mid-wicket.
It was a friendly full toss. There's no protection there. That's gone for 4. Solid blow out the middle of the bat. A bit of a buffet ball, but slowly put away.
The end is quickened. Just not easy to grip the ball. We've spoken about it. I'm sure the due could be an issue, but don't take anything away from that shot. Ashan Priyanjan got to it, picked his gap.
So 7 to get now. It is quite extraordinary that the Kandy Tuskers just got past that 100 mark. 105 they got. They messed it up badly with their batting. They won the toss, elected to bat, which was a little surprising, raised an eyebrow or two. When they had the ball in their hand earlier, the seam has certainly got a little bit of movement out of the surface. So if they had a few more runs on the board, this could have been quite an interesting game.
/50 partnership between Chandimal and Priyanjan. Easy did it. Colombo Kings didn't it? Captain Angelo Matthews made sure once he picked up 4 wickets in that power play, he's kept on attacking the opposition, got them out for a cheap total, and very close to win this one. After 14, it's 104 for 3.
So 2 points to the Kings will make that 8 points. So that's what we're talking about, the 3 teams on 8. Also, that net run rate for the Colombo Kings will increase a bit. I'm interested to see how much it does increase by. 2 to get. And that has been whipped away to finish the game. There it is. That's a really good performance by the Colombo Kings. Kandy Tuskers are going to be disappointed again. Gee, they didn't make the most of their opportunity when they decided to bat first. But the Colombo Kings have won this one easily with many overs to spare.
Once again, Chandimal was there for them till the end.
Smiles around on the sidelines as well. The coach is happy. Herschel Gibbs, some power players in that lineup. They're on a bit of a roll. Yesterday they beat the Jaffna Stallions as well, so that was a big win. And today they've just rolled over comfortably the Kandy Tuskers. 7 wickets, that's a nice smack, and of course it's just under 6 overs remaining as well. So it's a really good victory to the Colombo Kings. 7 wickets it is. And they can be well pleased with that performance. These guys are going to go back to the drawing board because their running between the wickets was poor, their calling was poor, their shot selection left a lot to be desired as well. But Angelo Matthews, as the captain of the Colombo Kings, will be pleased with the way his charges played.
The side is well gelled in. Seems like every player knows why he's been selected in the side. Plus, he assesses the situation very well. Angelo Matthews and Chandimal has been a great help. He was absolutely brilliant behind the stumps. Took a stunning catch. He was involved in a run out. And an important run. 36 to be precise.
He's got a couple of good not outs now, Chandimal. Two very good scores as well, past 50. So he's been a key player for them, and as I said when he came out to bat, the way that he played was so far in this tournament has been really crisp. And again, he can say that he's done the same. 35 off 39 deliveries only. Evans missed out, Bell Drummond missed out, Matthews missed out and used up a review as well. Priyanjan not out for 26 off 27, so he didn't waste any time either. Andre Russell wasn't required today.
And Munaf bowled well. It was very impressive. And for the first time in this My 11 circle, Lankapremierleague, he used up full quota of overs. A convincing win.
If we look back at the match summary, there's the Tuskers right at the top there. Didn't complete their 20 overs, so that's a real mistake for starters. Also, just getting past 100 is a mistake also. Gabaz top scoreboard 34. Wickets were shared with Priyanjan picking up 2 for 4 off just 1 over. De Silva 2 for 6 off just over 1. And 4 overs for Case Ahmed. 2 for 8. He really did bowl brilliantly with a flipper which picked up a wicket, which was of high talent. And Colombo Kings in reply just losing the 3 wickets when they went past that total and just into the 15th over. That's all it was. Chandimal and Priyanjan getting the bulk of the runs, and wickets were shared 1 apiece to those seamers, and Colombo Kings winning by 7 wickets. Okay, there's a look at the points table. The Jaffna Stallions, they've played 5 and they have won 4 and they've got 8 points. So there's the net run rates. Now look at the Colombo Kings. There's their net run rate now. That's improved. So they've played 5 and won 4, also 8 points. Dambulla Viking net run rate is down a little bit, but there's those 3 teams that have now qualified. So it's the Jaffna Stallions, Colombo Kings, Dambulla Viking have all qualified for the semi-finals, and it's going to be a shootout now between the Kandy Tuskers and also the Gaul Gladiators to see who gets that final spot in the semis. We go to the semis, that's a knockout situation, and then of course the top 2 teams go through to the big final. Okay, time for us to take a quick break. When we come back, will be joining the boys upstairs in the studio, and also, of course, we'll have the presentation.
We've come to the end of match 13 of the My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League. A clinical win for the Colombo Kings and the Kandy Tuskers going down. Welcome to the post-match presentation. First up, Sri Lanka Cricket would like to thank its sponsors, My 11 Circle, Cycle Agrabati, Red Bull, Himani and Munchikome. I have the pleasure of speaking with Captain Kusal Pereira. Kusal, we've not seen such a batting display from your team throughout the tournament. What accounted for this slump?
Especially, the track was bad seaming and all, and we didn't get a good start. That's why we didn't capitalize the first 6 overs and the middle overs as well. So now we have to take the responsibility as a batsman.
You still have a few games left in the tournament. You have that solitary win. What will it take for you to turn your form around?
We'll try a few things in this game also. We need to try harder, and another 2 games left. So this is the time we have to get together and we have to play together. Once we into the par level, we can beat.
I'm sure as a captain, you will be looking at the positives in this game to take you forward. What, in your estimation, are the positives from this contest?
Especially as a batting unit, we have to take the responsibility. 100 is not enough to defend. We have to take some positive side, and we will discuss and try to get back strongly.
I wish you all the best. Good luck in your next match.
Thank you.
That was Kusal Pereira, the captain of the Kandy Tuskers team. Now a smile and Angelo Matthews join me. Is this your perfect game, you'd say?
No, I wouldn't call it a perfect game, but it was a really good game. I thought we turned up once again today with great attitude, great intensity. I think that's all we were talking about, attitude and intensity. If not, we're not going to perform like that, so I'm very happy.
When you bowled, your pacers did the job by dismissing the top order in the opposition team, and then as you introduced your spinners, they also took the lower half. Is that something that you rely on a lot, that balance in your bowling attack with pace and spin?
Yeah, I think we always plan to take wickets, not to contain them, because we've got the firepower to do it. So I kind of rotate the bowlers to keep attacking all the time, and the bowlers responded brilliantly. I mean, Dushmantha is bowling the best I've ever seen, currently, and we're glad to have him back as well. He had a lot of injuries earlier, but he's bowling with a lot of gas.
And you're happy with the batting and the manner in which you've gone about the chase?
No, we still can improve. I mean, the wicket was doing a little bit anyway, but we adapted. I thought, Chandimal and Ashan Priyanjana batted really well. Munaf, Nuwan Pradeep bowled extremely well on that wicket. It was doing a bit, but we adapted. And I think, it wasn't the perfect game, but I think we still can improve in all three departments.
Finally, this win would secure you qualifying in the semi-final. Will the approach be to give others a chance and an opportunity before the semi-final?
Maybe a couple of positions, but we don't want to tinker too much with the combination. I mean, we always believe in giving players a lot of opportunities, and we like to stick with them for a long time. And so we will rest a few players maybe, but we still haven't had the discussion. But whoever who needs a break, who we think that needs a break, will obviously get 1 or 2 breaks.
Well done today. All the very best.
Thank you.
That was the captain of the Colombo Kings, Angelo Matthews. Now for the man of the match, and I think he deserves it very much for his bowling effort. He picked up a 1 for 17 from his 4 overs. He receives a check for $1,000 by Jat Paints. That person is Dushmantha Chimera. Congratulations to you. Tell me, we've seen a lot of accuracy and aggression from you. Is that intentional?
Yeah, I think both are very good. I think more important is accuracy. If we bowl 150 or 60, then we can't get accuracy. Then batsmen get runs easily.
How important it is for your partner on the other end to also be accurate and aggressive for you to get success as a bowler?
Yeah, I think bowling partnership is more important. So then we can bowl easily.
And in terms of your pace, we've seen a few bowlers clock speeds of 140. You're one of those bowlers. Do you think that is very important in T20 cricket for you to get success and for you to take wickets?
Yeah, I think pace is one of the important things for the fast bowlers. In this wicket, I think a little bit grass there. So if hit the deck hard, so get more bounce, and so I try to bowl back of the length. So I enjoy this wicket.
Well, we are very excited to see you perform today. We wish you all the very best in the rest of the tournament, and congratulations on your Man of the Match award.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dushmantha Chimera, and that brings us to the end of the post-match presentation.